What's up, guys? So we have another banger video today. We have our special guest back, Zach. He's coming out of the bathroom right now. Dun, 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 dun.
I came out the other door.
Hey.
That's the thing with these videos, you never know what to expect.
So finally, this is a different video. We're wearing different clothes.
Different clothes, different day.
Different hair, different haircut.
I got the haircut, yeah.
He's all moved in.
I got my hair all good.
The fact that he's in the video means that he's going to be in every single one from now on. Guys, basically, here's what happened. We had such an amazing time and had so many wonderful conversations, which I hope you guys realized and witnessed and listened to. So we were like, let's do it again. I have more questions about life. Those of you who know Zach know that he doesn't say ums or doesn't pause in his speech like I do. I'm over here, and he's not like that at all.
You're not as bad as you.
I should give myself a little bit more credit.
More credit.
But I don't read as much, so I don't think my vocabulary is quite to where yours is. It'll get there soon.
You'll get there. Leaders are readers.
I have a bunch of questions and a bunch of things. I don't know if you screenshotted anything from the previous videos.
No, I didn't screenshot, but I looked at a couple. So
okay.
I saw some of the comments you guys were leaving.
We read every comment. He read every comment. Everyone reads it. Let's just hop right into it. This is based on the previous vlog that we filmed. I said, I want to answer questions from you guys. Like, I want you guys to comment whatever questions in the comment section and we're going to answer them. I've mixed in some of my own questions.
Oh.
First off, this one is just to the viewers. You guys made this comment. We talked about how 7 steps to be rich or something. This comment that got 35 likes, so people seem to agree with it to some extent.
35. Let's go.
It said, it's so funny because Nelk is loaded, but they literally don't do anything the article said that rich people do. It's a YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
And I think that statement, this comment saying that Nelk doesn't do what rich people do is completely wrong. And I am unfortunately gonna have to prove you guys wrong real quick. I went back to the article and I felt upset that 35 people favorited that because I was like, do they not know how Nelk operates? First off,
I don't know how Nelk operates, so.
Super nice guys. They're very hard workers for their YouTube channel. I would suggest checking them out if you guys don't know who they are. One of the things, rich people read books, poor people watch TV. I don't think they do much TV watching. I don't know how much they read. You can be rich and not read books. I think that's possible. Rich people get paid based on results. Poor people get paid based on time. They get paid based on their results from their merch drops and the little bit they might make from their ad revenue. Simple as that. Like, their brand is in the full send. They don't get paid based on they have to clock in for their regular job. So rich people take responsibility for their own failures. Poor people blame others for their misfortunes. Yeah, if they ever have a shortcoming or maybe something goes wrong, they don't have a negative attitude all the time. They just keep going and keep pushing and they have a great mindset. I don't know how you guys can make that assumption that rich people focus on investing and poor people focus on saving. All they ever did was invest back into their own, this is a really good Nelk ad. They invested back into their own equipment. They hired employees. They now got a space. Everything they did was investing in themselves and equipment and whatnot. And they invested in their videos, which now their merchandise is able to make a lot of money. So rich people continuously learn. Poor people think they know it all. Clearly they're still learning. And then rich people have an action mentality. Poor people have a lottery mentality. All they do is action and performing and making videos and pushing to be better and better. The 35 people that like that, you must not watch their videos. That I had to get off my chest. I had to defend them because they are my friends and I think they're very hard workers. So now to bother Zach with some.
You never get any hate from people who are doing better. If those people were commenting that it applies to Nelk and there are people with even more subscribers, then maybe there's some merit to it. Those type of comments are like the people that are sitting on the couch eating chips, yelling at the football coach on the screen. Like, gotta be in the game to be able to have your opinion carry weight.
Couldn't have said it any better. Why did we have strange dreams after the hypnosis that we had with you? All of us had vivid, out of control dreams.
I had so vivid.
I can't even explain them. It was too much. Explain that. Why?
Okay, was there anything specific about, like, were they random topics?
I saw a dude with just a head, but his whole body was skin, bones, organs moving, and it was so detailed. And he talked to me and I was just freaked out.
Mine weren't scary, but they were very vivid and I could remember them very, very well. Does that happen to other people?
So my thought process is there's still a lot that we don't understand about dreams. I wish I had an exact answer of, oh, when you dream it means this and this is what goes on. Generally speaking though, I do think that because you experienced hypnosis, even just that phenomena using your brain differently made you even just more aware of when you had dreams, you recognize that they're more vivid because you've had vivid dreams before, but because you had sort of this event take place, it made you realize, oh, okay, maybe there's something more to these. And then the other thing I'll add is that whenever we have a specifically vivid dream, this hasn't totally been proven, so this is sort of just my opinion based on what I know about psychology, but it's usually your mind is trying to tell you something, because usually we don't remember our dreams. And when you do have one that you wake up and you still remember that so specifically, think about, okay, what could your mind be trying to tell you? What could it be trying to teach you? What do you need to learn from that experience or that memory or whatever it is? And just like think about it, reflect on it, meditate on it for a moment. And maybe there is, maybe it isn't. Again, it's not totally proven. That's not science. That's my opinion, but that's what I would say.
I like your first answer the best. I do think that our brains had been unlocked in a way we hadn't used before, so we were just using it different from that point on, whether we even knew it or not.
And you had a heightened expectation, and your expectation delivered.
We were talking a little bit before we started this vlog. Zach said something really cool.
Our greatest fear should not be of failure, but of succeeding at things that don't matter. Well, when you think about what we're doing in life, right? You think about most people will work just a 9-to-5 job at an office doing something that they hate, and they'll waste their life. They're not failing. They have a job. They're doing what they're doing.
They're succeeding.
But they're succeeding at something that doesn't really matter. They're wasting their life, their time, which is the most valuable resource they have. It's something that doesn't fulfill them, light them up, make them feel alive. So they're existing, but they're not truly living. And so to me, failing and getting it wrong at something you're passionate about, it makes you feel alive, is so much better than settling to be successful at something that doesn't really matter.
Wow. Again,
People are scared to fail though.
how do you overcome a fear of failure?
Well, think about it this way. There are two pains that most people have to face. Everyone has to face one of these two pains, either the pain of failure or the pain of regret. Pick your poison. You got to do one of them. Most people settle for the fear of failure and they just try to succeed. But I always like to look at the fear of regret, because you can never take back. When you think about the people that are old and at the end of their life, they're never necessarily regretful that they failed. But what are their biggest regrets? I wish I had did this. I wish I tried this. I wish I had loved more. I had lived more. I had served more. LoveLiveServe, right? There's the plug again.
He knows.
We know, right? But that's the thing, is we think about it, even for me as a hypnotist, there was of course fear of failure when I started. I didn't know what I was doing. I just picked up some books and DVDs, started teaching myself and thought, hey, I might want to do this as a career. But the thing that got me to make that jump into deciding I'm going to do this was I never want to say, what if? What if I actually tried this? What if I gave it a shot? And my mindset was, this might not work out, this might fail, but at least I can say I tried. And not only did I try, but I made it happen and I succeeded. And I think not trying is an automatic failure. So the irony is people who are afraid of failure and then don't try are automatically failing by not giving themselves the ability to fail. So to me, the fear of regret is way worse than the fear of failure.
Another one, another slapper. I suggest you guys write some of this down. If you hear him say something, pause it and write it down, because I'm literally trying to write down some of this stuff.
Good thing it's on camera. You can.
Yes, I will be watching this one later. A big question that was in a recent vlog that everyone kept asking. I'm 24. How do you not feel behind when your friends are getting married, building their dream homes, and having babies? I understand that life is not a race and we all have different goals. However, you should see a pattern from those who you surround yourself with.
I get what they're asking.
You cannot feel behind.
It's basically comparing yourself to others, right? Like when you can see everyone else around you successful. And I think the answer to that is there's always going to be someone doing better than you, and there's always going to be someone doing worse than you. And I say don't compare your step to somebody else's step, because you might be on step 4 and you might only be paying attention to the people that are on step 8, step 10, step 12. And there are plenty of people that are on step 1, 2, or 3, haven't even started yet. There's always going to be people ahead. There's always going to be people behind. So focus on what you're doing. If I want to be the best that I can be as a hypnotist, as a speaker, as an influencer, or whatever, your success or lack thereof has nothing to do with my ability to achieve it. So if you're struggling, comparing yourself with seeing everyone else get married or succeed or whatever it might be, stop, because that's not helping you. And that's also not accurate. Your brain has a tendency to lie to itself and be like, oh, it just focuses on the people that are more successful and makes you feel not successful because of it. But perspective, have perspective. There are plenty of people who are doing way worse. Stay humble, so don't let that perspective also on the flip side.
I'm ahead of all of you.
I'm doing amazing, right? Don't let your ego get in control, but keep perspective. No, there are plenty of people doing better. There are plenty of people doing worse, but either way, none of them matter, because it's about you, and the only person you're destined to be is the person that you decide to be, like I've said before, and make it happen.
Another solid answer. I'll give you a check on that one.
Am I passing the test?
You're passing it, flying colors.
Please clap.
This was the very common one in the conversation.
Okay.
How do you stay constantly motivated? My answer to this when I saw it was motivation comes and goes, but it's the discipline that you need to have, because most people don't feel that spark of zing. I feel motivated to do workout today and do this today. And maybe you're not in the mood to hypnotize or whatever you're most passionate about. Do you think that that is a good answer, or what would you say to someone?
Yeah, I would say motivation goes beyond the what and into the why. I had a lot of people like, oh, I'm motivated to work out, and that's the what. But you're not motivated to work out. You're you're motivated for the why. I'm motivated to look good. I'm motivated to get healthy. I'm motivated to be attractive. Whatever your reason is, you know, reasons come first, and the reasons are what motivates you to get it done. So if I want to be a hypnotist and I'm thinking about why, it's not just I'm going and doing a show or I'm hypnotizing people. I'm doing this because I enjoy it, because it's fun, because I want to grow my followers, grow my fan base. I want to show more people what this hypnosis thing is all about. Those reasons are what motivates me. So if you're not feeling motivated, find better reasons, right? If you're struggling to do the things you know you need to do, get some perspective. Think about what are those things that will really drive you? Why are you doing this? And maybe you'll realize if it's something that you can take or leave, that, oh, maybe I'm pursuing something I don't really care about. I don't have those reasons. I pursue something different. But if it's something you kind of have to do, right? Like, oh, if you're in school and you have to do your homework, you don't have a choice, get some perspective and say, all right, I know homework is not fun to do, but what are some reasons that would make this more motivating to do? If I can get this done, then I can play video games. If I can get this done, then I can hang out with my friends. If I can get this done, I can learn. I want to learn because when I learn, I'm stronger, I'm better, I'm wiser, I can make more money in the long run. I learn, I can graduate, and then I can go to college and
make my parents proud.
Like whatever it is, right? Find the motivation. So if you're not motivated, find the reasons that will bring that motivation to get done what you need to do.
I'm giving him a check on these, making sure his answer's up to par.
Yeah,
check. In your opinion, we were just talking about sleep schedules. What's the most perfect morning routine in your opinion? I think all of us here are trying to get into a good routine because everyone's still locked down and things are still happening. 5 a.m. get up and fruit smoothie and a jog. How do I optimize my mornings?
All right, I think, and this might be kind of an unpopular opinion, but I think morning routines are a bit overrated. That's my opinion. You asked for my opinion, so that's sort of my thoughts on it. And I don't think there's a right or wrong answer because I think that for some people, right, they're go-getters and they want to be up at 5 a.m. and they want to be making the smoothies and hitting the gym and doing the workouts and feeling super productive in the morning. And yet some people, like, they want to take their time and maybe stay in bed for a little bit and browse their phone first and, like, they take it slow. And I think that as long as you're getting done what you need to get done, like, there's no right or wrong process. Know thyself, to use the cliche, right? What works for you might not work for me, and what works for me might not work for you. And so experiment, try new things.
And yeah, I was gonna say, try a morning routine, try it for a month or something, and if it's unbearable and you can't do it any longer, but if you see improvements being made, then hey, maybe it could be for you.
Two general things that as much as it can look different for different people, one thing that can be helpful is do something that is productive in the morning, even if it's as simple as making your bed. Something as little as making your bed is you do one thing that you have a win right away. I did something productive and meaningful. Like you get up, don't wait, make your bed, do it fast, and then your brain is already like, all right, this day is off to a good start because I made my bed and it's productive. Versus you get up and you kind of do whatever, right? That's just an idea. It could be making your bed. It could be, you put on your workout clothes and you do a routine right away. You make yourself a smoothie, whatever it is. Do something that is productive, even if it's as simple as making your bed, brush your teeth, like whatever it is. And the second thing I would say is if you can, avoid the tendency to pick up your phone first thing out of bed. Because what do? You pick up the phone, you go on social media, you get the FOMO, you get
3 hours go by.
Not only the time sucks, but also that is the precedence you're setting for the day is judging yourself and saying, oh, my life's not as good because of X, Y, and Z, and this person's doing better, and oh, look, another engagement picture, right? All the jealousy and the negativity, that's how you're setting your day. You want to start on the right foot so that you can have the day that you want. Win the day, it starts in the morning. The morning routine can look however it wants to look. Start it off with a good action. So rather than just getting sucked into the negative social media portal, start off by doing something productive. Make your bed, brush your teeth, do whatever, but start it with something productive and go from there.
That's a good idea. I'll be watching this video 20 times. How do I stop negative thoughts and racing mind because something I think, me along with, I'm sure many other people, you think of something happens, any situation at all, and then you start thinking of, oh, I could go wrong like this. What would happen if this? And you're thinking of basically anxiety of the unknown, and this might happen, and this could happen. How do you calm those thoughts and become more pinpoint focused on the task at hand?
Then the short answer, the easy answer to do that is be present. Because anytime that we're suffering with negative thoughts, it's either because we're living in the past or living in the future, right? If we are worried or stressed, we're thinking about what happened in the future, what's going to happen, what might happen, this might look this way. And if we're feeling pain is all remembered or imagined, right? So if we're thinking about something that used to happen, we're reflecting on something that happened in the past, or oh, this person hurt me, or this was a bad experience, or I can't believe I embarrassed myself. yourself, we're living either in the past or the future based on the pain or anxiety we're experiencing in the moment. So the fastest way to stop those negative things from flowing is be so present in the moment. Like, what's happening right now? I'm sitting on the couch. I'm noticing like my butt on the cushion, the way my hands are, the way my feet feels. Like, just notice yourself. It sounds very Buddhist, I know, right? But just be aware of you in this moment. Just notice, look around the room. What's around the room? What's going on? Like, just be present in this moment. And you'll notice that when you do that, suddenly all the negative thoughts and the suffering goes away, because suffering can't exist when you're focused on the now, when you're in the moment. Suffering only exists when you're time traveling. You're either living in the past or the future. So stop the time traveling, you stop the suffering and the negative thoughts.
I like that a lot, and that made me think of something I thought to tell people, which is I feel like you physically can't feel two emotions at once. So if you are feeling that terror and the what's happening, if you can distract yourself, I would say like doing the meditation and grounding and breathing, and just look up a grounding exercise on YouTube. That's pretty much probably what you would need to and calm down. Or I would almost say do a task that takes your mind off of what you've been telling yourself. Go for a walk, listen to music, go for a run, exercise, have a conversation with a friend about not that topic that you're stressing about. You can't think of two things at once. I can't really think of anything at all, ever. Do you think that's fair to say?
Absolutely. Yeah, and you can't be anxious and grateful at the same time.
Anxious and grateful.
So think about how you can be grateful. I know it's so cliche, right? Oh, gratitude, right? But no, genuinely, like, perspective helps so much. And sometimes I do this. If I'm feeling particularly stressed, I'll think about what are 3 ways that this situation could be worse? And I actually think about what if those things happened, and think about what would I give for everything to be back to the way that it is right now.
That's interesting.
And then I'm like, wow, this is so like, oh, it'd be so nice, right? Even like, so just to use this as an example, we're sitting here talking. Maybe I'm stressed, like, oh my gosh, this is so bad. Like,
or Ryan's making me.
Yeah, right. He's
Ryan's
making me
being
answer
mean or
all
something.
these uncomfortable questions.
Yeah.
Being mean, right? What are 3 ways this could be worse, right? What if I lost my phone and I can't get my Uber back home, right? And then what if a hurricane is hitting the building right now and we have to evacuate and there's nowhere to go? And then what if I just like ruptured my appendix right now and I'm like have to go rush to the hospital and it's even worse? Like, what would I give if those 3 things happen? What would I give to be back to right now where none of those things are going on? Oh my gosh, anything for this moment. Anything for the moment you're living in right now. So live it and enjoy it, right? Take that perspective and say that life is so beautiful. The only reason we suffer is because we project our feelings towards the moment. When we stop judging the moment, we can start living it.
I'm worked up. Do you guys not realize? Next question. We switched locations.
New scenery.
New scenery. Just 2 dudes on a bed.
Chilling, talking
Just
about life.
Keeping it all good, everything on the up and up here. This one was for me personally. I think everyone, creative people, are feeling very blocked, writer's block, because they're not getting in the normal social interactions that they normally have when everything was fine and dandy and back to normal. So I was saying, I'm feeling a little bit creatively handicapped. I was like, why am I feeling like this? Is it because my lack of human contact? Is it my lack of routine? I don't know. How can I get back on track? I was thinking, do I need to like find someone to cuddle with and then that'll like rejuvenate me? Because I was gonna say, sure, burnout, like doing more things that make you feel alive would help.
Yeah.
Is that the answer? Is doing that the answer? I don't know, I'm rambling.
I don't know that there is one answer, and that's the thing, is that I do think that we have to give ourselves credit that we're living in a unique situation that we've never been in historically before. So the fact that we're in just this whole climate right now is new, and we're all figuring it out, and no one has the answer of, oh yeah, we've done this before, this is how you navigate, just do this.
Well, the last pandemic, I just did this and this.
Exactly, right? And so even like for me, I'm still figuring out and navigating just the newness, living alone and not having as much human contact and not being able to do my shows and figuring out new types of content. So I think this is real for all of us. But I think back to the other answer I gave was not judging the moment and not assigning our judgments on it, because, you know, suffering only comes when we believe thoughts that aren't necessarily true. So when we believe a thought that, oh, this situation is horrible, this is affecting me, this is negative, it's limiting me, it's handicapping me, I can understand why we'd suffer if we believe thoughts like that. Are those necessarily true? Can we know they're totally true? Can we know that that's the reason why those are happening? Not necessarily. But when we think about this question of like, oh, well, who would we be or what would we feel if we didn't believe those thoughts? Or if we didn't act like those things were true? Well, then this would just be any other new situation. I'd navigate it and I'd figure it out. Well, this could be a new opportunity to reinvent yourself or be more creative without the pressure of having the deadlines or as much structure as you usually do, or it gives you a chance to relax. If you've been on the grind so much, it's a well-needed break or vacation, right? There are so many more ways we can frame the conversation. If we frame it negatively, we feel negative. Frame it positively, we feel positive about it. So look at it the way you want to see it. You know, not worse than it is, not better than it is, but don't attach a meaning that's unnecessarily negative that causes you to unnecessarily suffer.
Because the question in and of itself was framed in a negative, pessimistic way of, I am creatively handicapped.
Sure.
Why even assign that?
Just an experiment. What if you just reframe that question or reword it in a more positive way? What would be that question?
How do I reinvigorate some creative juices because I'm always in the house?
Something even more positive, like how do I use this unique special opportunity that I've been given and fully take advantage of this new opportunity to reinvent, re-explore, reinvigorate, relearn, like
that was a real positive version of the question.
Real positive, right? New opportunity, right? People, oh, is this a horrible, this sucky situation? It is a unique new opportunity. How do I use it for my good? Because the thing is that we tend to find what we look for. If we ask a negative question, we'll get a negative answer. If we ask a positive question, we'll find a positive answer. It's sort of like, have you ever had that happen where you bought a new car and then you notice the new car everywhere? Right?
Yeah, you'll start to recognize.
Yeah, you start to recognize it. It's the same thing when you ask questions, right? You ask more positive questions, you'll start to notice more positive things. If you ask more negative questions, you'll start to notice more negative things. We tend to find what we look for. And so when we remember, what are we looking for? If we want to get better answers, start by asking better questions.
So even when, I think this is my conclusion that I'm taking away, which is no matter the situation, undoubtedly things will happen to us that we feel are unfair and bad and just miserable and not good. But don't assign anything that label. Assign things like, let's say you slap me in the face for no reason and that worked me up. Okay, well, let's not do that because that sounds a little weird to me. Let's say you were gonna come tonight, pause. So you're gonna arrive here and film a video and you didn't show up. And I was like, oh man, now we have no content for today. I could view it as, let's make a different video. Let's think of a new concept that we would have never thought of before because now you're not here, so now we're thinking of something brand new. That idea would have never been birthed had you not come. Pause. What a blessing. We made new magic.
You got it. I think the easiest way to think about it, and especially for the people at home, is what's in your control. You can't control what happens, but you can always control how you respond to what happens. An easy way to think about it is, oh, can you control it? Then don't worry. Can you not control it? Then don't worry. Either way, like, how is worry going to help you, or how is the stress going to help? If you can control it, great. Control it. Do what you got to do. If you can't, what are you going to do about it, right? So focus on what you can control. We can't control the external circumstances, right? I could have said I was going to show up and then my Uber broke down and I'm stuck in the middle of the highway and I can't get here. Can I control it? Nope, but I can control what happens. I can control how I respond to it and say, how am I gonna let this affect me? I gotta do what I gotta do. Figure out how to get home, like figure out a solution. How is being more stressed or more frustrated or more anxious going to help anything? So focus on what you can control and that will reduce the suffering in your life.
That's simple. So that was a lot of information, very helpful. If you guys took anything from this, maybe go back and watch it again or write down some notes on hard-hitting points. That way you can not just watch this video and then, oh, now I'm gonna go watch blah, 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 this other YouTube, something happening. Write them down, that way you have something tangible to keep with you. I have the memory of a flea, so I'll forget everything if I don't write it down. So I would suggest doing that. What do you think was the most hard-hitting point that you made in this video, if you can remember? What's the big takeaway of all the stuff we just talked about?
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the fun thing is like that there were a lot of different things, so everyone's gonna have something different. So I don't know that there's one specific, oh, this is the best piece of advice, everything's inferior to it. But to some people, they might be like, no, this isn't as good. And some people are like, no, this was the one thing I needed to hear. So I'd say, I mean, for me, I often go back to that idea, focus on what you can control. Don't stress or worry about or create unnecessary suffering by feeling or reflecting or creating a meaning on things that are outside of your control. So to me, that's one that I really enjoy. But people watching, it might be something completely different. That might be it, it might not be. But watch the whole thing, take notes, like you said, and hopefully something resonated with you and helped you think differently and maybe motivate you and inspire you to take action and do differently beyond just thinking different.
You heard him. That's gonna be the end of the video. By the time this video is out, we don't know if TikTok's gonna be alive still. Thoughts on that?
Oh no. Well, I think TikTok's gonna be just fine. But hey, whatever happens, happens. We can't control it. We can control how we respond to it. If TikTok goes away, then you know you'll be seeing both of us even heavier on YouTube and Instagram and making it happen. Otherwise, we'll keep pumping out content.
You're gonna be posting more videos on your channel, I'm assuming?
Yeah, so I'm guessing by the time this comes out, I'll have started posting again. I took a little bit of break from social media for a few weeks. Yeah, so if you want to see more of this motivational, inspirational stuff at Zach Pinson.
So make sure you guys subscribe to Zach, check him out. Hopefully you'll have more content, motivational, hypnosis stuff that people can use to their benefit. So
yeah, and if you guys have more questions, feel free to either comment in this video or send me a message, comment in one of my videos, and maybe we'll make more content.
do you answer people's DMs if they have questions for you?
Sometimes it's hard to go through them, but
Yeah, there's a few.
like-
Leave some questions on this video if you have any questions, thoughts, anything, and same on his channel, and that would be wonderful. Have a great day. Peace.